All right, welcome back. It is International Yoga Day and hope you've got all your yoga asanas in place. But we've got our research team in place to help you with all the stocks that you need to watch out for as we begin the day. Let me get Nimesh on board. Nimesh, Shriram Finance, Piramal Enterprises on your list. Tell us about that.
Well, so another large block, and this time Piramal Enterprises is looking to sell its entire 8.3% stake in Shriram Finance. The book was launched last evening. The floor price indicates up to 5% discount to yesterday's closing price. So, last week we saw TPG exiting Shriram Finance, and now Piramal is looking to exit. The important thing is, I guess the street was anticipating this move from Piramal because the stock rallied 6% yesterday. At a floor price, the stake that 3.1 crore that Piramal holds, they will raise close to 4,600 crores. The market cap of Piramal Enterprises is just 20,000 crores. So it's a big monetization for Piramal Enterprise. So I'll go with green for both Shriram Finance because it's a clean out trade. And for Piramal, they're getting say 4,600 crores by selling that 8.3% stake in Shriram Finance today.
All right. Interesting. And we were pointing this out yesterday on Piramal, and the stock was rallying. Nimesh, thanks very much for that. Now, HDFC Life and HDFC will be in focus. Surabhi is here to tell us why. Surabhi, morning.
Morning. So, Competition Commission of India, CCI, has approved HDFC Limited to acquire additional shareholding in HDFC Life. Now, currently they hold around 48.6% in HDFC Life, but post the merger of HDFC and HDFC Bank, the merged entity will hold over 50% in HDFC Life. So, this was on expected lines, but still positive for HDFC Life.
Okay, got that, Surabhi. So we'll watch out for both of those stocks. Some more in the news. Let's talk about that clarification from RVNL on their big Vande Bharat order. Vivek, good morning. What did you make of it?
Well, good morning. Very interesting clarification coming in from RVNL last evening. Just post-market hours, they issued a clarification to the exchanges. So now what the company is saying in terms of the news report that was put out day before yesterday, the company is saying that the news of the company as well as the Russian partners JV breaking up is factually incorrect. What they are saying is that the MOU or the Memorandum of Understanding that was signed between the two parties is still valid and none of the parties have terminated the MOU as yet. In fact, what they are saying is that the bank guarantees will be submitted on time as per the tender conditions that was put out in the bid document. And lastly, the company does add that there are right now deliberations still going on with the Russian JV, in terms of changing the terms of the Memorandum of Understanding. So we'll still wait and watch out for what the management indicates to the exchanges if there is any change as far as the MOU is concerned.
All right, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's go back to Surabhi. She has some more stocks that are in the news. Surabhi, what are you looking at today?
So I'm looking at Shilpa Medicare firstly because they're going to consider a fundraise via a rights issue in their board meeting on Friday on 23rd of June. Next is GR Infra. Now they've received a letter of award from NHAI for a 4-lane project in Uttar Pradesh for 1,085 crores and the completion period for this project is 730 days. Additionally, their wholly owned subsidiary, the GR Logistics Park Private Limited, has also executed an agreement with National Highway Logistics Management for a logistics park in Indore worth 758 crores. I'm also looking at Pidilite because the company has launched manufacturing facilities under its JV Pidilite Liticol and 10x Pidilite in Gujarat. Now the Italian counterparts have transferred technology to Pidilite as a part of their JV and now the company will sell epoxy and epoxy adhesives to tile application for Pidilite Liticol and stone care products for 10x Pidilite. And lastly, IGL is also on my radar as Citi has written on IGL with a buy rating and a target price of 560. They say in the new development, the Delhi government states that the validity of permits held by taxis running on CNG will now uniformly be 15 years. So in the draft scheme mandates, the aggregators will have to switch to full electric cab fleets within 7 years. While the final aggregator policy is awaited and there are still uncertainties, the recent correction improves the risk-reward ratio in the favor of IGL.
All right, got that. Thanks very much, Surabhi, for all of those stocks. Back to Vivek. Vivek, you have some more on your list?
Well, that's right. Yesterday you saw some very interesting block deals, in counters that are reasonably well tracked. First on our list, Thyrocare, you saw almost 5% equity change hands. So yesterday in the post-market filing, the Ariseg Asia Fund, sold almost its entire stake. A 5% stake sale was done at close to 488 rupees a share. Majority of the chunk was bought by ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, buying almost 22.5 lakh shares. Post the block deal, you did see the stock rally quite a bit in yesterday's trading session itself. Also, watch out for Jamna Auto. So, Small Cap World Fund sold 1.5% stake in yesterday's block deal. At the end of the March quarter, they held close to 3.2% stake. Even this particular stock rallied quite a bit after yesterday's block deal. It'll be interesting to see whether there is any follow-up buying in both of these counters today.
All right, thanks a lot for that. Here's a quick recap of our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow. There's Shriram Finance, Piramal Enterprises, HDFC Life, RVNL, Shilpa Medicare, GR Infra, Pidilite, Thyrocare, Jamna Auto and IGL. Well, guess what? There are no stocks with negative news flow today. But Surbi is back with us. She'll tell us about a couple of brokerage notes that she's focusing on today. Surbi, what do you have?
So first I'm focusing on ICICI Pru. Jefferies has written on the company and they have a buy rating and they've raised their target price to 640. They say the growth pickup is a key agenda for the company and there is scope for valuation to re-rate from these levels. They also say the new CEO, Mr. Bakshi, has experience from his previous bank head as a retail banking in ICICI Bank and that should benefit the company. Also, they are focusing on improving distribution efficiency and customizing products and tapering off of ICICI Bank channel should even out by second half. So that should benefit the company as well. Motilal has written on Blue Dart. They have upgraded to a buy with a target price of 8,040. They say the lower ATF prices should support margins and aircraft additions will boost volumes in second half of FY24. They say they have market leadership in Air Express and now they're focusing on increasing market share in e-commerce. They expect the company's EBITDA margins to rise to 13 to 14% from second half of FY24 from current levels of 10 to 11%. And lastly, Morgan Stanley has written on BEL. They have an overweight rating with a target price of 136. They say that the company has received orders worth 59 billion rupees in FY24 so far, which is 30% of their FY24 order inflow guidance. For FY24, the company has guided for a revenue growth of 17% and an EBITDA margin band of 21 to 23%. The company targets to maintain its book-to-bill ratio of 3 times.
All right, got that. So a couple of those stocks in focus on the back of those brokerage reports. Thank you, Surabhi, for that. With that, let's move to commodities. We have Manisha joining in as always with all the action. Manisha, good morning. What's on your radar today?
Morning, Survi. Thank you for that. Well, I'm looking at the crude oil prices, which after losing 1% overnight have seen some stability right now. Well, the markets are looking out for the U.S. Fed Powell testimony today and tomorrow with Congress, which would give you further cues about the monetary policy going forward. In the meanwhile, while we did see a knee-jerk reaction, but the China stimulus, a 10 basis point rate cut, is not seen enough to revive growth. Markets see it late and much less than expectation, and that's weighing onto the street yet again. And then apart from that, you have the U.S. dollar index, which has firmed up yet again, and that's weighing onto the crude oil prices. Not just that, metal prices also saw decline in the overnight markets. So you have iron ore prices now off 2-month highs. Copper has come off after its initial gains, and you also are looking at zinc, which fell 2% overnight. Aluminum, copper, all of these metals actually declined anywhere between 1 to 2%. So all eyes now on what the U.S. Fed testimony really reveals.
All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. We'll take a very quick break here. We'll come back. Devin Choksi will be with us of KR Choksi Securities for some specific stock talk. Later, we'll also connect with Rajiv Samant of Sula Vineyards to discuss the company's business outlook. Stay tuned.